You know that person who's always smiling. The one who walks into the room and lifts it. The one your other friends call the happy one. Not because they're happy. Not because they have it figured out. And not because nothing has ever hurt them. There are 4 kinds of always smiling people. 4 patterns underneath a face you trust. And the one psychologists call the silent kind, the one you'd never spot, is the one closest to the edge. By the end of this video, you'll know which kind is in your life, or which kind is you. Stay with me. Pattern 3 is the reason most people hide it for years before anyone finds out. Welcome. You're about to feel very seen. Now, here's the thing. The culture around mental health gives us one image of depression. Crying alone, curtains drawn, can't get out of bed. The therapy TikTok crowd posts the same dramatic reel on loop. The Instagram graphics tell you to check on your strong friend. But what if the strong friend doesn't look strong? And they don't look weak, they just look fine. Yeah, almost every person who's lost someone unexpectedly spends months replaying the same sentence. They seemed happy. They were laughing on Thursday. We just had dinner. You probably didn't miss it. Because 3 of these 4 patterns are invisible from the outside. And one of them is invisible from the inside too. Researchers like Rita Robillard and Stephen Ilardi have a name for this: smiling depression, sometimes called atypical depression, sometimes high-functioning depression. It looks like wellness. It feels like static. And the smile isn't a lie. It's a survival skill they learned long before they had a word for it. Here are the 4 kinds. Kind 1. The performer. This is the one who learned early that their cheerfulness was the most lovable thing about them. Maybe their parent had a hard life and the kid's job was to make Sunday afternoons feel okay. Maybe the family rule was, we don't bring our problems home. Maybe school was where they got the laugh and home was where they were quiet. And the laugh felt like belonging. They learned the face before they had the words for what was underneath. Now in their 30s, they walk into the room and the room lights up. People say things like, "You're so positive." They smile back. They are not lying. They are being the version of themselves that works. How does someone genuinely love their friends and still feel like a stranger? Because the cheerful version is the only version anyone has met. Putting it down would mean being a different person, and everyone they love loves the performance. Wait until you hear what kind 2 is doing. Why does someone in pain hide it from the people who love them most? Kind 2. The caretaker. This is the one whose pain makes other people uncomfortable, so they hide it. Not because they're ashamed of it, because they've watched what happens when they tell the truth. Friends get worried, partners get clingy, parents say, "Are you sure you're not just hormonal?" Group chat goes quiet for 2 days. They've decided the smile is the lower-cost option. Their suffering is private. Everyone else's experience of them is filtered. They become the friend who texts, "I'm fine, just tired." Because the long version makes Tuesday harder for someone they love. This is what John Bowlby called other-attuned attachment. They are protecting people from themselves. The smile is a kindness and a cage. But here's where it gets weirder. Kind 3 doesn't even know they're doing it. Kind 3, the silent kind. This is the one without crying spells, without staying in bed days, without dramatic episodes. They get up, they go to work, they make a really good joke at lunch. They go home and watch a comfort show on the couch in pajamas. They do not feel sad. They feel static. Wait until you hear what psychologists call this. Anhedonia, the loss of pleasure, not the loss of happiness, the loss of the dial. Things that should feel something feel like a loud TV in another room. They don't know it's depression because depression in their head means crying. This isn't crying. This is gray. Why does that happen to seemingly anyone? Because depression isn't always loud. Sometimes the brain quietly turns the reward system down. The person at dinner laughs at the joke, and the laugh sounds normal. And inside, there's a small voice asking why nothing tastes the way it used to. This is the silent kind. There is no crisis to point to, no bad event to blame. There was just a Wednesday where the static had been on for 3 months and nobody had said a word. Number 4 is the one nobody admits to. How does someone smile every day for years without realizing they've forgotten what their face does naturally? Kind 4. The survivor. How do you know if the smile has been there for years? This is the one who has been depressed so long that the smile is muscle memory. They can't remember the last time they made a face for any reason except other people. The Sunday morning coffee in the kitchen, alone, they're already smiling at nobody. Their smile is a reflex, like blinking. They don't choose it. It happens before the thought. The face is on autopilot, and the person inside is somewhere else, reading something old, watching the dishes pile, wondering whether anyone would notice if they got quieter. If a friend has been fine for years, chronically, agreeably, quietly fine, that's the warning. Not a bad week, not a breakup. A constant low hum of okayness that has no high notes and no low notes and no edges. That is what kind 4 looks like. Hit subscribe if you've ever wondered whether the cheerful person in your life is actually fine. Because before you go anywhere, I need you to answer one question. Are you checking in on someone you love? Or are you looking away because their smile lets you? Both are honest. They just point to different next steps. Drop the number 1, 2, 3, or 4 below, so someone scrolling who fits the same pattern knows they aren't alone. I rate every reply for the first 24 hours. Okay, real talk. How do you know if the smile is yours, or just the version other people are easier with? A note for the person who's been smiling. The voice that's been telling you this means you're handling it well. That voice is wrong. Smiling through it isn't strength. It's a thing your nervous system learned to do when nothing else was safe. You're not faking. You're not lying. You're not performing. You are doing the thing your brain has decided is the cheapest way to keep moving. And your brain is wrong about how cheap it is. You're not too sensitive. You're a person who learned the smile to survive a room. You're not failing. You're someone who's been carrying something for a long time and forgot it was heavy. The fact that you're tired isn't proof you're broken. It's proof you've been doing this on your own. No human stays upright forever without putting it down somewhere. The fact that you have not put it down doesn't mean you don't need to. It means you haven't found a place safe enough to. The next video is about the people who finally tell someone, and the strange thing that happens to their face when they do. Whether they ever go back to the smile, or whether something else takes its place, that's its own video. It's going to hit you harder than this one. Click it.